belles. Bonjour mes belles, and welcome to another video of mine. This is gonna be a fitness edition where I'm just showing you how I'm working out and preparing my road to summer. Of course, it has to incorporate a little bit of a dance-a-thon by myself with my morning jams, guys. My playlists are just incredibly lit. Just let me know down below in the comment section. This is kind of awkward. I'm just trying to show you what I was listening to. There we go. It's jump 5, all I can do. It's like such an old school Christian jam, so awesome, such a bumper. And yeah, shoulder width apart, keeping them parallel to your shoulder length and pressing your arm backwards into a stretch version. You're really stretching your triceps here, getting deeper into the stretch as much as you can on both the left and the right side. And just also try and keep your core engaged so that you can really optimize on the stretch. And next we're going to be awakening the muscles in our necks. We don't put our heads back because we do cause danger to the neck muscles, so just try and bring it around in front of you and your shoulders up and down, just wakening up all those muscles and just letting them be loose as possible. Next, we're going to focus on our triceps as well as biceps, doing those circles, going small to big and going backwards again, small to big circles. Next up, we have our lateral stretches. You bring it forward into a flat table. This is the type of stretches we used to do as ballerinas, just to keep that back flat and to stretch the lats and all those back muscles as best as possible. Just try and optimize in the stretch by going a little bit further, having your hand over your head and stretching all the way through and getting those muscles really relaxed. Next up, we're going to do a bit of hamstring stretches, going the front to middle back. So when you're pushing forward into the middle and pushing all the way back. Try and do it as slow as possible first before you increase your speed. This is just really making sure that your hamstrings muscles are stretched and your legs are more than shoulder width apart to get deeper into that stretch. Next, we are focusing on our gluteus maximus as well as our hamstrings, keeping a 4 position when you bend your legs and put them over your knee, and keeping your core engaged is very, very important to keep that stretch going. And pull that knee backwards so that you have your hip flexors as well as your glutes stretching as far as possible. I try not to put my leg down just to keep going into that stretch and keeping my core engaged. As you can see, putting my knees together, I hold my leg up, and now we are focusing on stretching our quad muscles, making sure that they're also warmed up and just ready for the exercise coming up. I try and keep my body as straight as possible to really have a full stretch from shoulder all the way down to the quad. Here we still again stretching our hamstrings as well as our glutes and our groins. Lift up the leg closest to the chest as possible. And really engaging in that stretch, guys. We're going to do obviously the other leg. Same thing, keeping that 4 position. It looks like a 4 to me, so that's why I just call it a 4 position. And pushing that knee back in order to get as much stretch into it. And please say hi to Mr. Puppy. Back into that quad stretch. Keep your body up straight. And breathe through the stretches, guys. You need to get oxygen to these muscles, so keep on breathing deeply. Next up, we're going to be doing calf stretches as well as Achilles tendon stretches. And you just need to get down on the ground, your feet and hands touching the floor. They're completely flat, and deepening that stretch by putting your head deeper, closer to the ground, so you can really get that hamstring stretch. And to get the Achilles tendon stretch, you need to bend your leg and have your other foot push that same leg that is bent down, pushing your foot down to the floor so that you can really get into that stretch. This stretch, I haven't seen most people do it, and my coaches taught me this back in high school to avoid that injury because it's extremely painful, and girl, I'm not trying to get injured. Deepening that stretch even further. I did ballet and gymnastics, so that's why I'm just a little bit more flexible than usual. So try and stretch your leg to the ceiling. If you can't, it's okay, guys. Just do a 45-degree angle or a 90-degree angle. You can see on this leg, I didn't stretch all the way up. I did have a bit of a groin injury that I was recovering from. To the window, to the floor. Okay, the next stretch we're going to do is the cat cow stretch. Like, I don't know why it's called that, but you're literally bending your back and straightening your back. You're on all fours to get as much as your abs and your lats loosened up. Next, we're going all the way into the ground. You're having your foot crossed, one leg crossed in front of you, the other one stretched out to the side as far as possible. And you're going to reach for your foot or your shoelace or the leg, really, as long as you can get deep into the stretch, as comfortable as you can. And also have your head touch your knee so that you can get as much as that hamstring and groin muscles stretched out and loosened as far as possible. Repeat on the other side as well. Stretch. Now we're going into back muscle stretches. You're going to have your legs right in front of you, your arms behind you, and you're basically trying to push your body forward to your knees. Your breast or your chest area is going to be going closer to your knees, and have your arms also reach out before you. I think long arms, or I'm just really flexible, double jointed, so I had my hands over my foot. You can touch your shoelace as well, and be into a split position as far as you can. Do the same stretches. This is really just stretching your back and your sides to the best of your ability. The special guest on my training today is my Fitbit Versa, the Rose Gold Edition, and I'm going to tap into my exercise folder and scroll all the way to the side to workouts, and I am gonna click let's go to start the training. Fitbit has quite a number of features on it. It has your heart rate, the timing that you're doing your exercise, the actual time, as well as the calories that you're going to burn. And I like to keep it on my heart rate to see how busy my heart is going for these exercises. I normally do 2 to 3 rounds of these exercises. I try to keep my core engaged the whole time, and to start with cardio, I'm skipping right now for about 60 seconds just to really beef up that heart rate. Next up, I just do steps, just going up and down. It just really depends on what you have in your house. Right in the front yard, I have a few steps that I use just to keep up the heart rate and keep going in cardio. My main focus today was my lower body, such as my glutes, my hammies, my calves, and then also just always incorporating our heart pumping routine. So here I'm just in squat position. I took a kettlebell about 1 kg and keeping my core engaged, of course. into squat position, knees shoulder width apart, and deepening into that exercise. Next up, we're doing pretty much the same exercise, except I have my arms raised with the kettlebell and my feet are less than shoulder width apart, deepening into that exercise, working my glutes, working my quads, working my abs, as working my arms. Guys, this is a killer, but it's so good after you've done this exercise. Next up, mountain climbers. Just going down on all fours, keeping your back straight, core engaged. You're basically jogging on the floor. That's how I can best explain it to you guys. You're going down and you're keeping up, with the pace as fast as possible to get your heart rate going. Next up, we're still keeping in squat position, having your back straight, knees shoulder width apart, and squatting to the side. I have a resistant band that I got like many years ago when I first had a knee injury in 2008. Yeah, in 2008. I'm still yet to get those new resistant bands to probably make it a lot better than this one, but it does do the job. So you're in squat position and you're going from side to side. Here you're also working your inner muscles in your inner thighs as you're squatting. I switched to go to the other side just to make sure that I'm exercising on both muscles and both sides. Don't forget to have your water, guys. It's very important to keep hydrated. You're also helping get rid of the toxins in your body. So drink that water, sis, and mind your business. All right, we're going into round 2 here. And you guys totally understand, I hope, what has happened in the beginning. So just follow the process and keep going. And I'm just literally going to speed up the rest of the video from here on out. So Mabel, I just added scissors jumps here. I wanted to get my heart rate pumping because I felt like it just wasn't enough. Says absolutely nobody but Billy. So I just added that into the mix just to get my heart rate pumping. And yeah. So there we go. That was my heart rate pumping a bit 140 beats per minute. I'm pretty much satisfied with that count, and it just seems like it's better. So I'm just about to end my workouts. I obviously check out and end my exercise, and it just gives us the stats about how well you've done in this specific exercise, and I'm totally satisfied.